and barrel through some of the obstacles that Vitality have proven. Apex up there to frag. Zywoo certainly shutting things down. RPK even having a little bit of a go at it. And right now, we're going to have one at it too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I need you to get ready. I need you to put your hands in the air. And I need you, more importantly, to tell your friends, your mothers, your brothers, your sisters, your wives that this is the ESL Pro League. Season 11, we're into the map. Nip versus Vitality with Harry and Hugo.
Pistol round already underway, and NIP, they're going on to this CT side beginning. They get to pick the side they start on. They've made sure to lock that in. They want to get off to a good start here on Vitality's map pick, and the pistol round would be phenomenal. Fast smokes in towards main. That's going to be the fast vent drop here for Vitality. They set that up like it was almost going to be an A play for a moment, but they duck down, and into the B site they go. They find their forces divided, and the bomb is now alone at B. Masuta still putting in the numbers, but this is going to leave the pressure on RPK and Shox as they find themselves a long way from the bomb site. Masuta's got to try buy time for these players that are locked out of this round to do damage and find impact. Shox goes down. RPK on this rotation. Masuta trying to hold the line and hold it down. He shall. Buys time for RPK. And now it's only Lekro. 1v1. And RPK's been so good in these pistol rounds. That continues. Vitality get it locked in.
Yeah, 1-on-3 to open up the previous map. Now 1-on-2 to find Nuke. T-side start. That's exactly where you want to start as well. Vitality, we know how good their T-side is on this map, you know, with Alex at least, and I can imagine a lot of that will transpire here as well. You know, wondering how much Apex is going to be using his ideas out of spawn, or if we're going to see a bit of a switch up. I guess the results will show us, or answer that question rather. We have an AK with 4 SMGs, fast ramp play for Vitality. Shox is straight out into position. There's only one man here from NIP. Popsky's actually tucked in the corner. He gets one, traded swiftly. Vitality, they're just going to commit towards lower, and the rotations are not here in time. Nuke is dead. Lekro has found himself down on B, but he'll only get away with a kill. Tries to shut the door in the face of Vitality. Retake setup now for NIP, but no kit could make things hard.
We haven't seen a Virtus plow in a long time, but certainly Vitality pushing down some earth here on the side of ramp. They're going to find their way all the way down. Twist with the tag, and ultimately the grenade will not ring out, especially given the fact that he's out of the round now. RPK does take him out. So 2v2, very low though. Vitality are going to have to defend this bomb to the death, it looks like. Rez closest to it. Neither NIP players have a kit. Lekro's going to push the ramp. He has a hit. There's another one there. And the round does come to a close. It's going to be NIP that, well, pick up the second one. And you certainly hate to see that if you're Vitality.
A great round from Lekro. Dropped over the AK as well, as long as it can get found. There it is, as picks it up. I'd like to see that, honestly, in the hands of Lekro more than anyone, considering how well he has been performing today. Gets thrown over to Twist. 1-1 split. NIP find the force. We're already drawing parallels from that of the previous map, at least with how things started over there as well. Vitality don't want to give away this lead for free, though. They will fight for it tooth and nail. Guns up in the round for Vitality. 3 rifles. Krieg on Apex. He's going to go quick up on top of the silo, look for these early kills. No one here for NIP fighting too aggressively in the yard. Twist is just joining, getting into position. Nuke has got that AWP early as well. He's playing it in the heaven, watching the cross actually drop down below. Vitality, they don't have the utility to cross towards B. They don't have that double smoke setup. They can throw one and try and wing it, try and cross, but kills will certainly help them out. Masuta finds the first frag of the round. Lekro through the smoke, gets a trade, but dinked up in the process, down low. Entries out ramp. Vitality, they're all over the place. They are pushing the extremities, and they are finding a great map control. Down towards B, Shox sets up. Nuke holding the line, and this is a dangerous fight for Shox, but it has bought time for RPK to get close. Gets away with that kill. Vitality can drop into lower now, where Lekro waits.
Yeah, they're able to grab the AK. Didn't want to go for the op, rightfully so. Rez was sitting up top heaven, looking right down on it. Baiting the AWP, basically. And still, he waits. I think RPK has a hunch that there might be somebody here. And you don't just drive your tank into the battlefield without having some sort of vision, right, Harry?
Yeah, certainly not, right? They've posted up the heavy armor. Now,
oh boy.
Zywoo, sorry. Oof. That's a little bit gross.
And it got the op out of it, too. He drops the AK, goes for the op, and on that note, it's going to be Vitality trying to make it lower. That creates a big problem.
Bad.
The bomb is down in ramp room. Mizuta dropping it on his way out. And with 13 seconds left in the round, Rez left alone in ramp. He's got to hold tight. And somehow Vitality managed to win that one back with just 9 seconds left on the clock. There was no chance for the plant there. And Nip, well, that one could have certainly went their way, but it just did not.
Yeah, I wonder if he realized the time, you know, early enough before it hit that 10 and it goes red at the top of your screen, because he had a chance to duck in towards hell, run away, get out of that round, and he would have won it via time. But yeah, committed. And of course, if he starts running, Vitality are definitely going to peek him. But there was more chance than, you know, not getting traded after getting a kill there. Either way, force up for Nip. You're going to see a lot of forces on the CT side of Nuke, of course. Very viable to win with these pistols. Of course, the downside of that is you have to give up yard, which is such an important piece of real estate that, you know, Vitality are going to fight for in these rifle rounds, and they are here. Instead, NIP give the yard up. They play secret. They watch down below to stop Vitality getting on that lower bomb site, but a pathway to that exact position has been opened up. Mizuta kills Plopsky, getting aggressive on ramp. He was 0-4 in the previous map for opening kills, but right now he's 2-0, so already flipping it upside down in the second map of this series. Only Deagles left up, though, for NIP. What can they do with them?
Well, I think they'll take just about anything at this point. And that ain't one of them. And by anything, I mean anything but that. Rez falls, leaves just 3 Deagles alive for Nip. Lekro being in ramp. Knocking upper. Oh, perhaps not upper.
They're faking out an A play right now. Look at the rotations that's caused, right? Players moving off of ramp, moving back towards that top side. Lekro's coming towards main from outside. And Vitality, they're actually committing. I thought it was a fake. They could drop down the vents, and that will be the game plan. Yep. Draw players onto that top side only to completely avoid them. And Twist has been dodged as Vitality duck into the B-bomb site. Free plant, 5 alive. Can they keep it clean? No. Twist will take a kill, and a gun dropped at his feet. Can he get it before they chase him down?
There's no ammo left in that. And yeah, the Deagle, not enough. RPK zooms up through those vents to take a third for Vitality. And that'll put a stop to these 4 spy wards. NIP, they might have been able to answer back in the second round, but they've fallen short in 3 and 4. So that's going to break the money here for this CT side. Also important to note, there is no chance that we're going to see an AWP in this first buy round for NIP. Unless maybe one of these pistol players goes nuts, gets 4, they still lose the round, and maybe there's a chance, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Hugo, you said it. The opening kills certainly, or at least the first kills, going the way of 20 and 10 on the side of Nip in the first map. That's what Vitality looks to replicate here on Nuke. They're getting a little headway towards lower, at least in the version of Shocks. Lekro should be joining him soon. 5 USPs, though. Good luck. Have fun.
There's no fun here for NIP in this round unless they can find Shocks down lower. He's looking to get up on the ramp room, try and get that flank kill. Set Vitality up to take this position. It is somewhat free anyway. Players in hell. That's about it. Mizu's going to get control, and Vitality, they can go down lower. They're probably wondering how many players are down B, because they've already seen Lekro, but that's it, and that is it. There's no one else here. Players can come down those vents as NIP are stacked up on the top site right now. Lekro just trying to bait them in by opening the door. But honestly, if anyone pushes him, he's going to die. He's got a USP, remember. Vitality getting a bomb plant or faking it out the first time. Second will be the commitment. NIP setting up for the quote-unquote retake, but I guarantee there's no diffusers going on in this round. They are just looking for damage.
Yeah, it would take pretty much a miracle. Right now, Apex is going to be dealing with 3 by himself. Dispatches 2. And there he goes. He gets the third on the Twist, so 4th round for Vitality.
Yeah, guns coming through though, and as Harry said, no AWP just yet for NIP, but you know, it's early days. NIP getting maybe a taste of their own medicine here. They were absolutely bullying Vitality in the first half of Vertigo when it came down to the economy, and Vitality took so long to really get the weapons they wanted. ZywOo didn't get a chance to AWP for a while. And NIP, well, similar case now. Fast A play. I love this call, actually, from Vitality. They know the buy is somewhat weak for NIP because of how these rounds have gone, and that there are no Molotovs down in the door. No way to stop Mizuta getting down lower. He abuses his top spawn, and he gets himself into the vents. Not even running around, not even looking for kills on B. Just his presence here alone has forced double rotation for NIP. 2 men on this lower site, and that's giving room for Vitality to work elsewhere.
Yeah, they're going to throw some outside smokes to try and get across. Now, they've only actually got 1 down here, but more players are moving up. There we go.
Oh, these are some weird... Oh, God. When Apex does that and inspects his knife, his left hand looks so weird.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't just me thinking that. Well...
Put it away. Wash it.
Electro, using a little one-way there in the top left of that smoke. Twist now on the scene.
That's
but only briefly.
RBK runs away and he makes a jump and then he 180s because he knows that noise is going to make a player peek vent. So a little detail there. Nice cheesy kill.
That's where the Devils are. Zaibu with an AWP over to Lekro. Still 4 weapons alive for Vitality in this round.
Also, look at Sharks. In a completely different side of the map. He's wrapping all the way through ramp room just to really solidify this round for Team Vitality. Nuke's kind of best heroics here probably shouldn't be enough for Nip to get this round, and that's because of this position, because of this lurk from Sharks. And he is continuing with kind of what we spoke about over on Vertigo, having him play this more solo style where he is the captain of his own ship.
You calling him a lurker?
Not exactly.
No, I know. Touchy subject, Harry.
Not exactly, but it is very touchy. No, I like I say, I like to think of him as a swing player because we're going to see him lurking sometimes. We're going to see him with a team, others. But he will often be the man to break away and go on these little solo adventures. Almost like a lurker. 5th round for Team Vitality. That's the thing, though. You know, like, we're kind of like, you know, joking about it there. But I think this is the perfect... And I went on this monologue before the game about how I think, you know, this could be the year of Apex's return to the scene in a pretty big way. Well, you got to think, for someone like him who's been around the block, you know, he's played in all these top French lineups, and he's pretty much tried his hand at the majority of levels of competition. How do you reinvigorate a player like that who... You know, I don't want to say he lost his mojo, but it's, you know, his stats certainly dropped off, right? And we weren't getting those same Apex performances of years ago. Well, one way that you can rejuvenate things is by making someone step into a new role that maybe they feel like they have to learn. And for someone like Apex, I think this is perfect. It's giving him a reason to start to invest a lot more time into this game because his responsibility within the team has increased dramatically. And I think maybe that's why even we're starting to see a resurgence from Sharks, not just because perhaps he struggles with the load of having the team, you know, the weight of the team on his shoulders, but because he finds himself in this kind of solo man role where he is having to make all these decisions. And so he's also trying out something, a kind of new avenue for him.
And you just saw there up on the lower third that it was Nip and Vitality went toe-to-toe on Nuke in Katowice 2020. That is the Intel Extreme Masters. Now that one did end in a way that Vitality won. They won the first half 8-7, then went on to just pretty much run the board on the CT side, ending it out 16-10. That was with Alex. He was the highest rated player in the server that game. However, he's not here today, and they seem to be doing fine.
One weird stat here that, I mean, it's not weird given the scoreline, but it's weird given just the history of this map, is both these teams have better T sides and CT sides in the last 3 months. Obviously, the game is a lot more T-sided, but this is specifically on Nuke. Vitality win 52% of their T rounds. Oh, sorry, 52% of the rounds of Vitality win on Nuke are T rounds, rather. As opposed to 48 on CT, and it's even higher for an IP, 59% T, which is quite shocking. And I mean, that somewhat shows right now. We know how good Vitality are in this half. They got 8 rounds back at Kato against Nip on this exact series. They're doing it right now, but that would, you know, answer questions as to why maybe Nip is struggling here, and they're going to have to get something in the CT side to set them up for that second half. But again, you know, if you don't have a lot of rounds, you're reliant on those pistols, and that is another thing that NIP don't really have in their pockets. 33% of the pistols in the Pro League go their way. That's not a lot. So Worst pistol team here in the Pro League. Despite that, still top of the group. Maybe not for long with Vitality looking to add their Scalp to, I don't know, their collection. You got a collection of Scalps, Harry?
You know,
Scalps?
Scalps?
Yeah, scalps. You gotta collect those scalps, you know.
Yeah.
And Nuke wants those scalps. 1v2.
At the time.
Right, bit of a vintage French strat there, taking a page out of the G2 book.
Oof.
Easiest round of Nuke's career.
Sick clutch from Nuke, man. This is why we bring him into the team.
Man.
He's got this this unbelievable ability to stay alive, to deny the bomb plant, to not let Vitality do anything. What a 1v2. It's going to go down in the history books, Harry.
Really will.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one like that before.
Wow.
Nuke, what a guy. Let's keep this on him for a little bit longer. He's got that up now. Come on, Nuke. Let's have you bring another round to the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Outside is where Vitality look to end up, so we're not going to get to see that AWP ring out. Instead, it's fast down through Secret. Vitality trying to change the pace.
Hello.
Last round, they were too slow. This round, will they be too fast? Nuke is on the angle, and he is blind as a bat. Shock shuts him down, and it's the man advantage taken for Vitality. They might have been going slow, but no longer.
Yeah, Nuke, he wasn't ready for Shocks to be so deep. Great play from Shocks, great pace. We saw him on the Mac 10 round run down towards B in a similar fashion. And oh boy, he's not done, is he? Second kill of the round. Plopsky's dead and lower. There's going to be a third here with Twist walking into hell, not ready for RPK pushed up. Vitality, they're so quick at getting in these positions, and NIP are getting caught off by the pace. Now it's come to a slowdown. 5-on-2. Make NIP sweat. Make them work for their frags. Rez is going to have to do so, but RPK shot him from below, and it's Lekro on that top site. Not for long. Vitality are surrounding him.
That they are. Just Lekro. Good luck, buddy. 40 seconds left on the clock. 5 alive for Vitality. Yeah. Still a ton of utility, but you can tell that Vitality still approached this cautiously, and rightfully so. These sort of things can spiral out of control. As I say that, the first kill is onto RBK. Can Lekro find more? He's very capable of it. Well, the timing just not going to play into his favor on that one. Just as he walks into the squeaky door, it's Shocks that comes up the vents. But he doesn't. Nope. Yep, they didn't know he was there. I was looking for the reaction from the teammates. Perhaps the comm was made. They wanted to, you know, kind of just isolate him there, but that's just not how it went down. Didn't even have to go that far.
Shocks is always shaking, man. He's just so full of energy, so ready, and very keen. This round down on the B bomb site, being a nuisance, just wall-banging as well, cleaning up the round, shutting it down. 6-2, and NIP with a tactical timeout, spotted by the US Air Force.
Do have 4 timeouts total. They're going to be on their third now that they're using this one. And what do you even save at this point?
Eco.
It's going to be an eco. They're probably talking about the following round, though, when they do have weapons. From my experience, that's how these things tend to work, unless you have some banging eco strats, like stack 5 lower or rush squeaky door. Now,
pretty next level, Trace.
Those tactical geniuses are only brought to you by Harry, but on the other side of it, when Harry's not in the server, he can't really do much, can he?
No, you know, I put my contract in, and I started negotiating the terms with him, but ultimately, you know, the 100,000 a month I was asking for just proved to be too high. And my buyout clause...
For yourself? You buy yourself out?
Yeah, they got to pay me just for signing me. That's already 2 million down the drain there. So
well, they got to pay me to sign him, you know. I'm a...
agentory basis,
yeah,
you know, we split that down the middle.
I've got Harry on contract. Yeah, split down the middle. He gets 60%, I get 40%. So.
Straight down the middle.
Right down the middle there, Trace.
Well, Plopsky's going to put one through the middle of Apex, right through the head there, the upper middle. Shocks, in with the trade.
Upper middle, isn't that suicide?
Look, oh, that's a Dust 2 reference. Yeah. Nuke. Will he pull off another spectacular clutch here?
There's a minute on the clock. Just stay alive, man. They won't plant, don't worry.
He's hoping.
Well, certainly the last time that happened to him, it burned. So they're definitely going to plant here.
Oh, hello.
Oh, good shot initially off the shots, but with that Krieg, it's just not even a chance. It's not even a fair fight, and Shocks is going to be the one to remove Knock, giving a 7th for Vitality. And They're looking pretty hot to trot right now. Latank and Shocks. Fragging out of control. 13 frags apiece in the year 2020. God bless.
Well, let's see if NIP can bounce back. They got guns in now. Trace is what we've been waiting for. The AWP on Nuke and a faster approach from Vitality is ordered. ZywOo holding Mini is going to be a wrap from the back. Twist, oh, he's ready for it. He gets two res following up. Twist is down low. And somehow, some way, somewhere, this is a 5-on-1. ZywOo is going to get the trade. He's got the bomb to drop down towards B. Nuke is already here, though. AWP v AWP. Pistol out for ZywOo. He's wrapping back round the side. And Nuke is going to hit the shot, luckily enough. It's a round for NIP somehow. But yeah, that was a mess. I mean, Twist, he looked absolutely dead with that flank coming in. ZywOo had his attention in the door, and the drop comes in from Mini, and still he gets away with 2 kills. Rez spraying down the hot push as well. The flashbangs not doing a whole lot here for Vitality, despite being set up on the roof. And that's going to be a 3rd round for NIP. Slow and steady wins a race. Just got to put a few together on this CT side. They can't afford to let Vitality run away with this.
Yeah, this T side is in danger of getting out of control, and NIP's chance to keep control of that is kind of running out the window for that. Growing smaller and smaller by the moment. Plopsky playing with fire here on the other side of that smoke. Shots ringing in, but he's not been dealt with. Will just fall back and take up a position in the ramp room. Apex going to find himself up on top of T roof now. Breaks the glass. Maybe going to try and throw the flashbangs and set the rest of his teammates up here. Instead, actually going to take up a position on top silo. That's going to at least help Shocks out towards outside. Gets the information that at least no one peeked over towards top silo. So allows him to make a couple of educated guesses as to how NIP are approaching this.
So the squeaky door got smoked, and then the response there from Vitality was to execute with their Molotovs towards upper without fully committing. They don't just run into the site. And I'm thinking the idea there is to hold NIP into as many places as they possibly can while they still formulate what this attack might look like. Looks like they're going to try it now. Getting a little bit closer is Mizuta. However, the Molotov on top of Hut could have given them a little bit more of a chance, but it didn't. It's going to be Plopsky towards the ramp that is cleaning the French off the floor. That was not what they had anticipated. Shock's the only one left alive in a 1 versus 5. And where are you going to go? With 10 seconds left on the clock, this one's pretty much done. Now, interestingly enough, we're talking about Plopsky. Now, Plopsky, via HLTV.org, is the highest rated player statistically in the Pro League thus far.
Damn.
Now, you look at some of the results where that's happened, and the one that comes to mind here is Nip versus Spirit, where he goes 47-26 across 2 maps. Those maps ended up being 16-14 on Mirage for Nip and 16-5 on Vertigo. He top fragged in both of those, so that certainly helps the numbers cause.
Bit of a legend here for NIP. This team is really building something, and I think, you know, longevity being the key. If they can keep this roster, if they can keep a core for a while, I really think this team could do a whole lot in this year. It's been a great debut in the Pro League, great start to the season, but you've got to keep it up. You've got to be consistent, and that is the hardest part in Counter-Strike, as many people will know. Main smoke coming down. It's a fake, though. RBK is not committing to topside. He's just wrapping around the yard. Letcro has been drawn back to the ramp room as they push in through. Plopsky doubles up, and Letcro can trade as well. RBK, he's a little late to the party. He was hoping for a refrag, but didn't want to break the windows. Not about the vandalism. Sometimes, Trace, tanks, they're going to take down, you know, buildings, and RBK should have considered breaking that window and coming in on the flank. Twist is going to finish off the round. NIP, 5. They are starting to put it together. 3 in a row on the CT side. Vitality's strong early start has come to a bit of a slowdown. Can they pick it back up?
They'll have money here to buy up. ZywOo won't be able to have an AWP unless it is dropped for him, which I don't see happening. It looks like they're going to go to the locker room and think about it. Vitality calling a tactical timeout. And yes, that's right. It's brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Here comes a stat line in for you. Let's see what it says. Team Vitality have only played Nuke once with their current roster, defeating Godsent 16-8 in the group stages. We've got Harry Russell down on the sidelines with a report. Harry, what do you got?
Yeah, that's another team with a Swedish coach. They didn't fare so well, so it's not looking great for that little prediction that I made there. But maybe it will for NIP. They've kind of righted their wrongs here on this CT side. Finally chaining together a couple of rounds and assembling the building blocks here of a recovery in this first half. Vitality, 7 rounds T side, already good. But they would not want this to turn around, considering they were 7-2 up at one point in time and go 8-7 down. I feel like at the very, very least, they're looking for that coveted 8th round to at least win out the half. And they think the fast A play might give them the answers. The nades from NIP have been so damn good, though, in this series. That's something to take into account. Rez is even better. Gets 3 from up on top of the rafters. And a 6th round for NIP comes in very, very quickly with that one going their way. Vitality have no money left. And that situation they were trying to avoid there with the upper rush, that full buy they had is now a distant memory. They have to just partially invest heading into round 14.
Blink and you will miss it. That happened so fast. And for the purchasing that they did in that round, surely that's not what they had in mind.
Well, no purchasing in this round, Trace. It's down to the Deegs, and NIP in a great position to likely get, 8 rounds in this half. A guaranteed, or almost guaranteed 7 with this eco coming up. Nuke has spotted one behind the red. He's going to miss a shot with the jiggle. Second time around, it's not successful, but Twist is lining them up with the Krieg, and this gun makes it look so easy because it really is. Point and click. And Twist is doing all of that and more. Grenade again, landing, not going to get the kill though. There is a man down secret. I wonder if NIP spotted that just yet. Shox waits in the wings, and they are going to consider it in this 1-on-5. They've seen him, and they've got his number as well. 7-7 for NIP. Last round of the half here. Vitality slowed down, giving up 5 rounds in a row, looking to get their 8th here to put the cherry on top.
Speaking of cherries, looking at you, Harry.
He is sweet. He is red.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot of resemblance there that I never actually considered up until this Momo. Lecro.
Not gone well. Last round of the half, Apex finds Lecro. Man deficit by 2 there for Ninjas. Nox going to even it up a little bit still. Not quite down the middle. But this half certainly is up to this point, 7-7. Again, Vitality netting themselves all these rounds on T side. One more certainly wouldn't hurt, but they're already sitting pretty good.
It's the perfect setup for Vitality in this round as well. Throwing the outside smokes at the minute mark. Look at NIP on the map. Look at where they are. They have nothing. They're in top site. They're in ramp. Only now, Popsky rotating outside to try and stop this, but Vitality are late to the smokes. They're going to dodge the spray. They're going to go after the Molotov, and they are just going to contact down towards B, and NIP have no idea. You can see no one has dropped down lower yet either. NIP don't have that confirmation. They don't know whether those smokes are just a facade. And now they're going to have to gamble because they're seeing nothing on this top site. Nuke is making a route down towards B. He's going to be joined by Popsky, but again, Vitality are taking their sweet time. Can't take too long, though, 25 seconds.
Yeah, they actually have to pick up the pace in a pretty big way here. Team Vitality, time could be the problem again. That bomb is over in decon, and it's going to try and get out into the open. 10 seconds.
TikTok.
You got to go. You got to go now. And they do manage to get into the bomb site. They managed to get that bomb planted. Plopsky not able to deny that there from the cubby. Rez has come in with the kill onto RPK. Mollied out into the open was Plopsky, but he still gets one before he is dealt with. Zywoo knows he's out in the open and is able to take him down there in the 1v1. Team Vitality narrowly winning out this first half 8-7. It is as close as it can possibly be here in the ESL Pro League. Second map of this series, second half underway after a quick break.
You're strong enough that you don't have to isn't over yet. You lost one fight, but it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers.
Well, not a DX Cat site, but I want to welcome back all you dogs as we jump into this second map, or excuse me, the second half of this series. Vitality and Ninjas on Nuke. Vitality could close this series out right here, right now, and it could all start on the back of a fluid pistol round. I'm joined by Harry and Hugo. We're going to be walking you through this whole thing.
Yeah, NIP, rough pistol rounds this tournament so far. Their force buys have proven to be very versatile, but, well, that's going to be up for question as we get into the first round of the half. Vitality leading by 1 after a T-side storm, sorry. Or when it rains, it pours, and Vitality are looking to go outside in this round. NIP, rather, the names have flipped, and it's Rez on the receiving end looking for a kill with the P250. 2 of these in the yard, both of them raid bosses. Nuke has done the team play. He's thrown over 2 of these pistols. He's got a flashbang alongside it. We're going to see if these can get anything done. Vitality, they're not stacked outside, but they're very close to being so. They have lots of players in mini, and they could go wide to try and assist this outside control. This is the perfect counter to the play, but the B250s are so good. One of them now gone, and NIP are going to take the ramp while all this is going on. Great reaction from Vitality, though. Neutralizing the weapons.
They've been doing a lot of this, right? Where they kind of like they'll see where 2 players are, and instead of trying to draw those fights out and plan ahead, they just take the fights while they got them, and it's working here. It's working well. Twist and Nuke have tried to do enough, but is it going to be enough? Nuke now alone. 1 versus 3, and amount of ramp has him pinned. He is stuck between a rock and more rocks as Vitality lock in that 9th round.
Multiple rocks, all the rocks, and actually what was a rather avalanched round here. Vitality trying to flood down there in the retake almost cost them dearly. But instead, they're going to pick up the round, getting the defuse 9-7. Also, the GG.bet odds get a 200% deposit. Now, that is, of course, by GG.bet. You can see that Vitality are favored. But more importantly, I want to tell you to gamble responsibly if you are going to do it.
Same with everything, really. You know, whatever you're going to do it responsibly, Trace.
Yeah, they say something about moderation. I'm still working on that one myself, but...
Hey, I can't have Counter-Strike in moderation. I need to have all the Counter-Strike. Maybe too much Counter-Strike, but it's still, unfortunately, not enough Counter-Strike.
And there's not enough memes in the hashtag EPL meme review. This is the ideal time for you to have the game open on a second monitor and preparing your memes for what could be shown in the last segment of the day, perhaps even the first one tomorrow, who knows? But that's hashtag EPL meme, M-E-M-E review. Not going to spell that one.
If you have to spell meme, I think you're already missing the demographic. They already don't know what they're doing, so...
I'll be honest, I have a confession.
Yeah.
When I first saw the word...
Mimi.
I said Mimi. I certainly did.
Boomer.
Well, not quite technically, but... Close enough. Here we go.
Reminds me of an old saying I once had. There is no I in team, but there are 2 me's in meme. And Plopsky here towards outside. He's going to get memed on. Nuke all alone. And now he's back with the rest of his squad in the grave. Team Vitality 10-7. As they're able to land that conversion. That was up against the force buy from NIP. They put everything into that round, so it's just got to be a couple of pistols here, and that's pretty much the extent of it for the Swedes.
Nuke sitting 5-11. Not a tremendous showing through the first half, but I guess there's still a chance for you to come alive. Looks like a little bit of a set piece here. Meanwhile, trying to squeak into the vents is going to be Lecro. That's just not going to work out for him. Apex is there to answer the call.
Ooh, smokes outside. Now, there's nothing behind this round for NIP. It's just pistols, but if they wait out that molly, they can try and get a B plant. Of course, Masuta is already there. He's having a rough game. He had a great start to the map, but 5 and 10 also, similar to Nuke. So maybe it's time to shine, get some anti-eco frags, make some money, and make those stats look good. You want a nice HLTV profile, of course. Who doesn't? Popsky running, leading the charge, and dear, the charge, well, it gets decimated, Trace.
Yes,
Trace
stat padding is there, and Knock really got caught inside of the vents. Maybe with a breath of fresh air, he'll be able to return and make it all come together. However, as it stands, Vitality are slowly running away with it. We're going to see 4 creeks for the side of NIP, 1 AK. Plenty of utility, and certainly some more of a structured round.
Yeah, you'd certainly hope so. Masuta is going to keep the MP9, running a bit of a bonus here in this round. That's going to leave Vitality with plenty of cash. That means even if they forego a round here, that AWP still comes in for this CT side. ZywOo does not find himself with that weapon in hand just yet.
Oh, this is a cool setup.
A lot of smokes towards outside from NIP, 4 to be exact. Actually, no, one of those is Vitality's, but regardless, they do go ahead and throw in these smokes that we've seen a team like Big use a hell of a lot, right? You go ahead and you corner off this slightly larger avenue, gives you the potential to try and get into Garage here. The problem is, ZywOo, a bit of a mechanic, maniac, sorry, I've read that wrong. He's shut this down. He finds them both.
A mechanic, you say?
I thought that's why he was in the garage. He is good at fixing things, such as this round for Team Vitality. He sorted them right out. 5-3 up. And he's trying to do stuff that's maybe even more gut-wrenching over towards the garage outside.
Serious meme potential if you combine the mechanic with the tank in the garage. Now, don't want to give you any hints as to what you should do with your memes. But I know Harry's been on a tear making memes lately.
I just, my whole life is a meme. So you kind of need to, have that production, that way of doing things, you know. Yeah. You got to embrace it.
Well, embracing this round with 20 seconds left on the clock was a pretty far-fetched thing. 5v3, Twist, Plopsky, Repsko, Twist, Plopsky, and Lekro. Swing Twist had the drop, certainly ZywOo with the answer, though.
Yeah, driving himself into pole position in the site, gets a kill. RPK, that's a massive one. Plopsky is alone now in the site. He will get this frag. RPK is low, swinging the doors right shut and back open. Shox gets baited, and that's a great clutch from Plopsky, showing up here for NIP and finding their 8th round. That was a necessity on this T side if they wanted to keep the game going. Without it, it was probably Vitality running over and closing the game. ZywOo was formerly a mechanic before being picked up by Team Vitality and held a 0.99 gearbox fixing rating. I mean,
gearbox fixing rating.
I'm not sure what that is.
Is in this, would 1 be 100%? So he was really good at it, or is it still like open-ended? It can go higher, and so he was just not a very good mechanic.
He hasn't fixed even one gearbox. Yeah. He's almost fixed a lot of gearboxes, yeah. But almost, Harry, as we say in the industry, doesn't quite cut it.
No.
Harry, can you almost cast this round for me?
Well, I think I might be able to.
Great work, great
yeah.
work, yeah.
See, I almost casted it. Almost. Apex with Big Chug. A duo I never thought I would see, but he holds it in his hands. Come on. You can hear the Chug getting ready. It's excited. It's excited that it might get a kill. The Chug's talking to him. They're nearby Apex. Come on. Ooh,
oh, no.
Here they are. Oh, there it is. Chugs them down. Double up. And that's the shotgun showing why it's so good in these close ranges. Goodbye to NIP. A 12th round for Team Vitality, 4 between them and NIP. And they're going to bring the Swedish economy to its knees on the back of picking this round up. Apex is rolling in money. And that's all because he had faith.
It's because they didn't hold anything back, Harry. And now the Ninjas of Pyjamas will retreat to the chalkboards, the whiteboards, whatever they're going to be. Thin diagrams, whatever kind of diagram it would take to get them back into this game the right way. with 8 rounds. And, well, after that round, not a whole lot of cash to show for it. Chances are slowly slipping away.
Silence in the
Yes.
auditorium.
This filled the room. We had a little bit of ambient music brought in, just to kind of relieve the tension, relieve the pressure in the room.
It's like when we had dinner today together, and I put that nice little, I don't know, I can't...
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Well,
That's what you
yeah,
put
okay,
on.
no, I did put that one on as well. Yes, that's great dinner music.
Yeah, there was quite the playlist. That was pretty strange. First of all, never thought I'd see myself eating vegetarian chili, so
Did you enjoy it, Trace?
it's pretty good.
There we go. That's all we got to say on that one.
A home-cooked meal by Harry Russell. Not only cooking up the memes in the kitchen, but Chef Curry's got nothing on this man on the stove with the pots and the pans.
Hey.
Ratatouille himself.
You think that's good? You should see what he cooks in an RV. That's some good stuff. Bomb dropped. Zywoo's defending the ramp. That's a uncharacteristically missed shot, but Mizuta is there to save the day. Twist, great kill. And he's got a wrap coming in from lower as well. Mizuta should be on his last legs, and he gets them swept out from underneath him. Trade is there, though, and Twist is being pressured. Oh, it's close, but no cigar, and he gets smoked. 13 rounds for Vitality. 3 alive, rather. Apex low HP at the end of things. But don't worry. Money wasn't there for an IP.
Good shot on his Zywoo. Ultimately for nothing, but AWP back in his hands with some Kriegs on the side of the CTs, and you know what? I don't know that there's much else that spells more of a disaster than the CTs with Kriegs on this map.
Yeah. Playing now that in the garage as well, just tap, 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 tap. You don't even need the AWP there. You can let
Your
Zywoo
socket set
roam.
out.
No, exactly right. It really does increase how versatile you can be on a map like Nuke, right? Especially when outside is such a pivotal position, and it frees up a player like Zywoo, as you were saying, Hugo, right? Suddenly he's not restricted to having to be the outside man, and that's allowed him to go for something like this, right? Down through Secret. He's taken this round a lot slower,
no.
switched it up.
It's a Zywoo round, Harry.
There's no one over on Silo for Zywoo. When this fire disappears from it, a devil might rise. Zywoo on the other side actually decides to bow out of Secret.
He got flashed by his teammate.
Ugh. NIP, they've seized this opportunity to take some outside control, secure themselves a bit of a foothold, and Nuke is able to find the opener. Shocks over in Garage, bites the dust to open this round up.
Oh, Zywoo missed the timing, but he could be in for a second shot. Twist is yet to cross past main. I like how someone is in Secret. I think it's Popsky just holding for re-aggression, not letting anyone come up from lower for the Vitality. RPK getting a frag. Mizuta up in the heaven, getting wrapped from the rafters. Nuke's there with the kill. That's low HP, but his second frag of the round. And 30 seconds, NIP circling this A site like sharks in the water. They smell blood, and they're in for a bite. Double heaven climb.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pincer this site. RPK finds one Zywoo with the crossfire towards heaven, and Apex is there too. The whole crew has come online. And it's gonna be Vitality picking up a 14th. Not a good feeling for the Ninjas fans across the world, but I'm sure you're gonna be just fine.
Just seeing that there was a CSGO update.
Oh, Krieg nerf?
Krieg removed.
Oh! No, what's actually
that
happened?
actually hasn't happened.
I hate you so much.
Yeah.
I even went over here to check.
Ah,
I
no,
hate you
yeah.
so much.
No, I trolled everyone. No, it's the Half-Life Alyx content getting added to the game, obviously, ahead of that game's launch, I think tomorrow.
What?
Well, I'm not here to hype up
cares?
Half-Life. I want to talk about Counter-Strike. Oh, the fast door rush.
Boy.
NIP, nearing the Half-Life of Nuke. Apex cutting lives in half up on top of the hut. Nuke looking for the Deagle, and he will get rid. Oh, nearly get rid of Shock. Shock's actually doubling down, and Team Vitality, it's match and series point here, 15-8. They're trying to get this one swept under the rug nice and quickly. NIP, they've got to get the Dysons out and clean this mess up.
Henry Hoovers will do it as well.
And speaking of vacuums, here's the US Air Force with a tactical timeout. Because if you're NIP right now, you need to search real deep, rip up the carpet, and say, you know what? This is not okay. We are on map, we are on match, series point with Vitality pushing us around. doing whatever they want.
Yeah, and that's a team that's undefeated thus far in the Pro League over on the NIP side of things. Maybe you've had to be handed their first big L from the Vitality boys. Exclusively on the T side in this series, Lekro holds a massive 2.33 rating, 135 ADR, and a 21-7 KD on the T side. Where is it, Lekro? Now would be the time to inflate those stats even further.
One round leads to another, which leads to another, but as it stands, Vitality are just walking away with it.
Wow.
Speaking of Lekro, he did exactly what you asked. He heard you, Harry. In this half alone, though, NIP have only picked up 1 round to the 7th thus far of Vitality, so...
Yeah. And that was a one-on-one clutch on the B-bomb site as well, so not exactly rolling in rounds or rolling in dough. NIP have had the money sucked out from their very fingers. Although, at least having this buy, and again, when you have a buy, you're up against map and match point, you know, you're buying till the game's over. And the game might be over with pushes like this. Masuta, covered by ZywOo, gets traded. ZywOo missing a shot. Rez is so low, the Molotov will cut him off, and he's going back for more. That will get punished, luckily so, but RPK will go in for another, leaving just the low HP Rez, and they're just here to close it. Team Vitality try to force fights, will come to regret that fight, but Rez given an option to go down lower, a chance in the one-on-one versus Apex.
A real shot here, Harry. We're looking at a situation where Rez is super low. He's going to throw the smoke in the lower, really to try to draw Apex's attention down there, make him uneasy. He's going to back out, walk towards that of hell.
Apex is being pretty huge brain, though. If we could swap to him just for a second, he's not falling for it at all. In fact, he was looking at heaven from the moment that smoke went down. Rez ain't going to heaven, though. Rez is in this for the long game. Apex. Now with the bomb not going down on B, Apex is like, yeah, he's doing something here. He's doing something gross. Ooh. And there's Rez doing exactly that. The dirty done to Apex. A 9th round for NIP as Rez is able to close out that 1v2. Now Vitality, admittedly, kind of gave him that one. Yeah. You know, that 1v1 was fantastic from Rez at the end to win that on 11 points of health, but RPK very much fed the beast. Now, I can't really argue with RPK. He's 25 and 11. He's looking fantastic in this series. But that one there's a bit of a question mark. And as Launders said yesterday when he called on in, you know, you got to play like you've got 10 rounds left to win, even when you've got 1 round left to win. You cannot start to get ahead of yourself here if you're Vitality. NIP now towards ramp. Masuta opening this round up with a man advantage. Plopsky eliminated. Ramp control taken for NIP, but what are they going to look to do with it?
Yeah, good patience by Masuta to just back up and play lower, and I love this setup. Shox, he's going to bait Masuta, but it's all worth it, because if Masuta, even if he goes down without a kill or damage, they're not going to check this position again. So Shox is going to be able to do a lot of work here. That's assuming he's not fighting with him, and he keeps swapping positions. So undecided as for the time being, holding his left side instead, playing in tandem, the teamwork, the crossfire, and NIP are going to walk their way down lower. Here's where the setup really comes into its own.
Look at Shox is here with Masuta. Masuta will be that first point of contact. Shox is going to hold fast just in case they come out of decon.
This is great. It's also a bait and switch, right? If you kill Masuta here, you are not expecting Shox, literally giving him a back rub in the corner. Masuta, any damage he can get is so valuable, and 1 is enough. Yep. Shox now.
GG.
There we go. This is it. This is the bait and switch that should solidify this. He delays it for as long as he can, and Twist now alone. This should be the mop-up, and there it is. Team Vitality.